every time you go see an apartment, you have to pay 5,000 CFA to see it. Salut à tous et à toutes, j'espère que vous allez très bien. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Tracey. To my usual subscribers, welcome back again. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also just click on the notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload my video so that you don't get to miss any of my updates. Today's video, I'm going to talk about the process of renting a house, apartment in Abidjan, also just I think generally in Cote d'Ivoire. I got this question from one of my subscribers. Marie asked, can you please explain in further detail the process of renting an apartment, or just the application process, deposits, advanced payments? So this is what I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm not going to go so much deep into the law because at a certain point the owners, people here don't really respect the law entirely, and I will explain that in a bit. Also, this video is sponsored by Airtel Money Transfer, and I'm going to talk about that in a few. When you're looking for a house and you're outside Cote d'Ivoire, you can always check out different expat pages on Facebook. People usually post houses there, apartments that are for rent. So you'll get to have an idea of how much, let's say, a 2-bedroom or a studio apartment costs in different neighborhoods, and they also post photos, and you also can get contacts of agents. I'll provide the links to the different Facebook groups in the description box below, so please check out the description box below to find the different expat groups where you can find apartments. Most houses you have to work with the agent. It's very rare to actually meet the owner of the house here in Abidjan. So you can have agents who are certified, who work for a real estate company, and then there are agents who are usually just somewhere in the neighborhood. They can help you. These ones are called the marshal. They work directly with the owner of the house, or sometimes they also work with the real estate company. They're the ones who show people houses. In Abidjan, we have frais de visite, which is usually 5,000 CFA. So if you're on Facebook and you see an apartment or a house that you like, you don't just contact the person and start talking about money and you pay online. You need to go and see this house for yourself. Normally, if it's handled by an agency, you contact them and they take you to visit the house. Every time you go see an apartment, you have to pay 5,000 CFA to see it. If you're having one agent who's taking you to see maybe 3-4 houses, you can always negotiate so that you don't have to pay 5,000 CFA for each house. So you can maybe pay 10,000 CFA for the 4 houses instead of 20. If you have your car and you're going with them, you can also negotiate because you're driving them to all these houses, so they can't start complaining about, I don't know, transportation and all this. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Airtel Money Transfer have made it simple to send money abroad. With their great exchange rates and low fees, you can transfer money from your mobile phone to the recipient's mobile wallet, bank account, or have them pick up the cash. You can even pay water and electricity bills. Visit the website to find out which of these services are available in your country or the recipient's country. If you've seen the house and you like it and you want to go ahead and pay for it, you have to discuss the payment conditions that involve that house, which are called condition de paiement. So that means the rent, the caution you have to give, and how much you need to pay to the agency. So if, let's say, you agree to pay 500,000 CFA per month for that house, they will tell you 221. Sometimes it varies. So 221 simply means 2 months of your rent in advance, and then 2 months caution fee, and then 1 month agent fee, which is also equivalent to your rent. So that means you have to give 1 million in advance for your rent, and then 1 million as caution fee, and then 500,000 to the agent. You're going to end up paying 2.5 million in advance. Another thing is that this 221 system, the government has tried to abolish it, but homeowners don't want to follow it. There are certain places where the homeowner will do like 3 to 1, so it becomes 5. And I noticed that the cheaper your apartment is in some places, let's say if you get a studio apartment where you pay 70,000 CFA, the owner even can tell you 7 months, you know, instead of 4 or 5, it says 7 months. That's the part where I was saying, you know, the law is there, but then people are not following it. The government put out this law like twice, but no one is following it. So once you're aware of the condition de paiement and you have agreed to everything, you're okay with it, now you have to do état des lieux with the agent. État des lieux simply means that you just have to check the state or the condition of the place you're going to live in. And this is in the law, this has to be done. You have to do it with the agent who has been assigned by the owner of the house, or sometimes if you get to meet the owner, you can do it with the owner. So what happens is you check the house. There are certain things inside the contract. When you read the contract, it states these things the owner has to provide them to you. So let's say if the contract says there will be a water heater and you don't see a water heater, or if it says there will be an AC and you still don't see an AC, you have to ask, you say the contract says this, so the owner needs to give you these things. And then any other customization, it's up to you. You know, you have to do it with your own money. So the painting, the tiles, all this, the owner needs to do it for you. And once it's agreed, you can sign the contract and pay the caution advance and the agency fee. So once you pay 2 months rent in advance, if the house is completely ready, it doesn't need any repairs, you can move in immediately. The first 2 months you won't have to pay rent, so you have start paying rent starting from the 3rd month. So when you're looking for a contract for your house, we call it contrat de bail d'habitation, which means if you sign this contract, you cannot turn that house into an office or some NGO or something else. Those kind of things have their different types of contracts. Not all apartments or houses will provide you with a contract. So I can say that, for example, if you're dealing with a real estate agency and you have this contrat de bail, you have to get it certified. I think you have to do 3 copies or 2 copies of that contract. You have to go to the mairie to have it stamped so that it's official. However, I noticed that if you get a house, let's say it's like a small studio apartment in some neighborhood, you don't necessarily need a contract. You can sign, let's say, a receipt between you and the owner of the house just to certify that you are renting this place, and they do a photocopy of their ID card, you do a photocopy of your ID card with the photocopy of the receipt, and both of you keep the copies. If you're in zone cut, you get it stamped à la mairie in zone cut. If you're in Cocody, get your stamped à la mairie the Cocody. So you can't live in Cocody and go get your contract stamped in Makuri. So I'm going to show you how some of these contracts look like. So during a stay in that house or that apartment, there are certain changes you can make that you won't need to ask the owner, and there are certain changes that you have to ask the owner first before you do any work in it. The contract will tell you what the owner can allow you to change. When you're planning to move out finally, you have to inform the owner. Also, depending on your contract, you have to check, does it say you have to inform the owner 2 months before, or 1 month before, or 2 weeks before? The caution that you paid when you moved in, the owner needs to give it to you. However, he will give it to you under this condition. You have to do état des lieux with the owner or the real estate agent. They have to check all the changes you made. If you broke something, I don't know, you put a hole in the wall or you change the design of the windows, it's all written down, it's calculated, and then the price is given to you, like how much it would cost to repair all these things, and that's when you use your caution to repair everything. Some people are very strict, like they want the house to go back to the way it was. Even if you thought that when you came in it was boring and ugly, and you've upgraded it and they want it to go back to how it was, you have to do it because you signed the contract. Okay, so that's it from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get notified when I upload my videos. Until next time.